Hello and welcome to Palm Sunday. A very different sort of Palm Sunday this year for all of us. Instead of parading outside, waving palms and singing Hosanna in the highest and being led by our donkeys, this year we're behind closed doors. I was reading on the internet this week, so it's bound to be true, isn't it, that cats are only mentioned twice in the Bible. Sorry, you cat lovers. Us dog lovers are in better shape. Dogs get 40 mentions in the Bible. But if you own a donkey, then you should be really happy. Donkeys get a whopping great big 444 mentions in the Bible. Sadly, I haven't got a donkey. The nearest I can do is Derek. This is Derek. Derek's my donkey. In several of the great Bible stories, the Best Supporting Actor award, I think, should go to a donkey. And in one story, yes, it is a she because that's what it says in the Bible, she's a talking donkey. And in my mind, she deserves the Best Actress award. You'll find that story in the Bible in Numbers chapter 22, verses 21 to 28. Do look it up and have a read of it. It is a brilliant story. An earlier story speaks of Abraham setting out on a 3-day journey to sacrifice his 12-year-old son Isaac at Yahweh's insistence. Abraham takes 2 servants, a knife, firewood for an altar that he'll build from stones to sacrifice his son. And in the supporting role of this story, well, you've guessed it, it's a donkey. Presumably the donkey's function is to carry firewood. In the book of Judges, Samson, in one of his abundant vendettas against the Philistines, used the jawbone of a donkey. And with that jawbone, he killed 1,000 of these Philistines. And then he joked, "I've made donkeys of them all." Mission accomplished. He discarded the jawbone thereafter. That place was known as Jawbone Hill. We read in the book of Deuteronomy, "Do not plough with an ox and a donkey yoked together." I wonder if St. Francis was in breach of this commandment when in Christmas 1223 he invented the nativity scene and set a real-life ox and donkey side by side in a manger with the infant Jesus. Today's most donkeys you'll find will have a thick black line running down their back and another one across their shoulder blades. I wonder, is this a special mark, a cross of gratitude bestowed by God on his gentle beast for carrying his only son into exile in Egypt to escape the slaughter of the innocents? Who knows? The Palm Sunday scene described in the Gospels is a very powerful juxtapositioning of secular and spiritual powers. Each Passover, the Roman governor would lead troops from Caesarea Philippi through the eastern gate of Jerusalem to take up occupation of the fortress Antonia that directly overlooked the temple courtyard, to keep an eye on the festive Jews. For the duration of the feast, the population of Jerusalem would swell from 40,000 to 1.5 million people, a huge tented slum surrounding the holy city. This, you can well imagine, made the Romans very nervous. And so they made a great display of showcasting their military might as they paraded through that eastern gate. And here comes Jesus, riding on a borrowed donkey. In a simple, seamless tunic woven probably by his mother, through the eastern gate, that same eastern gate. But he's accompanied by a disorganized, noisy crowd. And what are they doing? They're waving their palms. Wrong sort of palms, Derek. Palm branches they wave, and singing Hosanna in the highest to the King of Kings. Happy Palm Sunday.
Called them near and said to them, "Go and find horse upon its back, and some more along the track where Jesus rode the donkey. Hey ho, and away we go, donkey riding, hey ho, and away we go, riding on a donkey. Crowds and crowds were gathering, and they all began to sing,